Hi guys, it is Dani. Welcome to this updated video. I trust and hope you're having a terrific Thursday. Now, we're going to be looking at the details in regards to weather activity across the Caribbean, particularly in terms of rainfall, but I also have an important update to share with you as it pertains to last hurricane season. And we're going to go into that first. So, Melissa, that is not a name that is strange to Jamaicans, especially because last year we dealt with this monster of a hurricane. It resulted in more than 40 deaths in the country. It unleashed tremendous amounts of rainfall. It completely damaged our infrastructure. Tens of thousands of buildings were damaged. A lot were destroyed. Livelihoods were just uprooted by this monster. Now, Melissa was just one for the record books. And I mean, even back then, as I watched the storm, how erratic it was moving, and then eventually seeing that locked in track to my country, I mean, it was just something awful to witness. Even recounting it back then, it was just that period of just anxiety and knowing what Category 5 hurricanes do to other countries. And now we are about to face a historic hit. It's gotten a bit more historic now that the post-season analysis has been completed, because the initial maximum sustained intensity of Melissa was 185 miles per hour. Already, that is an intensity that very minimal amount of hurricanes manage to actually attain such strength. However, in the post-season analysis, data found that it was actually a bit stronger, 190 miles per hour. So that was the maximum sustained intensity of Melissa, and the maximum wind gust was over 252 miles per hour. Even a smaller handful of hurricanes have had gusts well over 200 miles per hour. So this was an intense hurricane, the kind of hurricane that you hear about every couple of decades, and the kind that we are going to be seeing in geography books in schools years and years from now for the future generations. So that intensity of 190 miles per hour sustained winds allows Melissa to now be tied with Hurricane Allen of 1980 for the strongest hurricane ever in the Atlantic Basin by wind speeds, the strongest on record. So it was just a horrible, thing to witness. I would not want anyone to go through such devastation. Now, because of this devastation, this week during the Hurricane Committee's meeting, the name Melissa is retired. Now, just in case you're not too sure of what I mean by retirement or what the retirement process is with hurricane names, so there are 6 lists that are used in the Atlantic Basin. And each hurricane season, that particular list is used 6 years after. So let's use 2025. Let's go to this graphic here. So the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, 6 years after that is 2031. So this list here is going to be reused in 2031. But you can see I've crossed out the name Melissa because Melissa won't be used again. It has been replaced with Molly. So that is going to be the new name that we'll be seeing used for the first time in the next couple of years. And for the replacement name, it's normally of the same letter and gender. So Melissa is a female name, so Molly is a female name that is replacing it. So this retirement process is basically a way to pay tribute to those that were significantly affected, who've lost loved ones, who've lost homes, and whose livelihoods were just completely disrupted by such an intense hurricane. Already one life is too much. Melissa claimed almost 100 lives in total, and a couple indirect fatalities as well. So yeah, it's good to see it go, but it's not going to be out of our minds though for a very long time. But just wanted to give you that update that Melissa is officially retired and its replacement name is Molly. Now, going back to this satellite imagery here, let's talk about the weather activity that's going on now. So we've had some thunderstorms in parts of the northern Caribbean, Cuba, western Jamaica, towards parts of Central America and Mexico. It's been active, as we can see these little white dots here, which are indicative of lightning strikes. And with that, there's also been some instances of some heavy downpours here and there. In the east, it's not so active, mostly some low-level clouds moving around that maybe bring in some sporadic showers. But generally, this is the dry season for the Caribbean, so we don't get a whole lot of rainfall. But as we progress towards next month, and especially May, things are definitely going to be kicking up in terms of rainfall activity. And then June will be kickstarting the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season. And I will soon start my hurricane season countdown videos. That's been an annual thing I've been doing since around 2018, 2019, thereabouts. So I'm going to be kickstarting that as well. I'll talk about the season, the forecasts, because there are already forecasts in terms of what we could possibly expect to see happen for the 2026 season. So I will surely give you the updates as it relates to that. But in terms of rainfall activity over the course of the next day or so, so this graphic is through tomorrow afternoon by our Euro model, and more color means more rain expected. So there could definitely be some additional periods of heavy rain in parts of Florida, Cuba, and go into the vicinity of Jamaica as well. We could see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm here or there, especially in the afternoon hours. Cayman Islands, there won't be much, but some showers could definitely be nearby. As it relates to Central America and parts of Mexico, we could definitely see some increased rainfall, maybe some heavy downpours at times, and even just a couple of hours, sometimes less than an hour, of very heavy rain can result in instances of flooding. So should you encounter any floodwaters, please stay safe and take the necessary precautions. Down to northern South America, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana. Down here, it's not going to be extremely active, but there could definitely be some heavy rain moving into French Guiana. We can see these more colorful shades and some oranges and a couple of red spots popping up, maybe up to an inch of rain or so at maximum. ABC Islands, generally dry this time of year, won't be any different for the next 24 hours or so, as there could be some a very minimal chance of rainfall. So it's going to be dry for the most part, and a few showers may move through parts of the Lesser Antilles, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and Hispaniola as well, especially for Haiti. But there's going to be that chance of some downpours in parts of the central Dominican Republic, up to the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. Things will be on the drier side there as well. So that's what we have going on. That's the forecast as it pertains to the rainfall activity. And again, the name Melissa has officially been retired by the World Meteorological Organization. So just wanted to give you that quick update. Nothing crazy going on in the realm of weather right now, but I'm going to be keeping you posted as necessary. So that's what I wanted to bring to your attention, and I trust and hope you found this video to be informative. However, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I will get to you when I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.